In the realm of time, where endings reside, where shall we find our spot? Where shall we abide? Paths aplenty, yet one holds true. Ponder and prepare for destiny's cue. Think once again, as time's gentle hands sway. For your end awaits on that destined day. Amidst the choices, one path will convey. Reflect and ponder as life's melody play.
There's a buzz going around these days that I'm sure you've heard too. Yes, I'm talking about AI, artificial intelligence. We've all seen those mind-blowing image generators like Stable Diffusion and Midjourney. They can whip up some seriously jaw-dropping pictures, leaving us in awe. But here's the thing, are these ideas really new? Nah, not really. It's just a fancy way of playing around with billions of stored images in a database based on the text we give as input. Those billions of images? Well, they come from millions of folks whose ideas were sucked up by the machine. Can you believe it? It's like that scene in The Matrix when Neo wakes up connected to the machines. Scary, right? Now, let's rewind to way back when I watched this movie called I, Robot. There's a moment that had scientists and engineers totally blown away. They discovered one of those robots actually dreaming. So, here's the big question, what got them all worked up? What's the big deal about dreaming? I mean, if an AI-powered robot can do anything a human can but way faster, why can't it dream too? Let's dive into the concept of dreaming. Some scientists say it's just a side effect of our brain's activity or a reflection of our deepest desires and experiences we gather while awake. So, logically, we should dream about stuff we've already experienced, right? The dream scenes and objects we see should come from our stored memories. But here's the twist, haven't we all had dreams about things we've never seen or felt before? It's like our minds conjure up brand new ideas out of nowhere. Even scientists have had those moments. Take Dmitri Mendeleev, the genius who created the periodic table. In 1869, he wrote down the names and properties of the elements on separate cards. He tried to find a pattern based on atomic weight but hit a wall. Convinced he was on the brink of something big, he spent hours rearranging those cards. And guess what? He eventually fell asleep at his desk. But when he woke up, he found his subconscious had done the work for him. In a dream, he saw a perfect arrangement of elements, and he hurriedly jotted it down. Now let's talk about August Kekulé, a chemist with a puzzle to solve. He was stumped by how atoms in benzene were arranged. It was a head-scratcher because the carbon and hydrogen ratio was unlike anything he'd seen before. So, one chilly night in 1865, he pondered the problem in his room. Frustrated, he turned his chair towards the crackling fire and dozed off. He began dreaming of atoms dancing. Gradually, the atoms arranged themselves into the shape of a snake. Then the snake turned around and bit its own tail. The image of the snake, tail in its mouth, continued to dance before his eyes. When Kekulé awoke, he realized what the dream had been telling him. Benzene molecules are made up of rings of carbon atoms. Here's a wild one, did Einstein come up with his theory of relativity in a dream? Some say yes. He dreamed he was walking through a farm when he came upon some cows by an electric fence. He then saw the cows jump at the same time as the fence gave them an electric shock. But a farmer, who had been standing at the other end of the field, saw them jump one by one, like a Mexican wave. Einstein realized their views of the same event had been different. And boom, the theory of relativity started taking shape. The very foundation of the scientific method sprang from a dream. It's ironic, isn't it? René Descartes, a big name in scientific thinking, claimed he received insights about the scientific method in dreams back in 1619. He believed a spirit sent by God gave him new ideas about the scientific method. Descartes was all about skepticism, questioning everything until it could be proven. So, it makes you wonder about those who claim the entire universe is just a result of random events, right? I mean, when you see every particle moving in its own orbit, it's hard to believe it's all just chance. If you are one of those people, then it's high time for you now to think again.